Hello everyone, welcome to Mediverse Atlas. In today's video, we are going to talk about a simple SAQ and it's easy. So, cubital fossa. So, cubital fossa is a triangular hollow situated on the front of elbow. So, basically, this cubital fossa is a type of inverted triangle shaped. Okay, and it has four boundaries: the medial, lateral, apex, and base. So, the medial boundary is the lateral border of pronator teres, and lateral boundary is the medial border of brachioradialis. The apex is directed downwards, and apex forms by the approximation of brachioradialis and pronator teres muscles, whereas the base is directed upwards, and base forms the imaginary line drawn by joining the two epicondyles of humerus. So it is simply known as the epicondylar line. So these are the boundaries. So the medial border is the lateral border of pronator teres, whereas the lateral border is formed by the medial border of the brachioradialis. Apex is the approximation of these two muscles. Base is the epicondylar line, that is the imaginary line joining the two epicondyles of humerus. Now, roof of cubital fossa. So roof of cubital fossa is formed by skin, superficial fascia, deep fascia, and bicipital aponeurosis. The superficial fascia contains some cutaneous nerves and veins. So this is the diagram of roof of cubital fossa. So it contains cephalic vein. Cephalic vein is on the lateral side and basilic vein is on the medial side. Connecting these two, cephalic and basilic vein, there is a obliquely upward running medial cubital vein. Okay, and it also has some cutaneous nerves. What are those cutaneous nerves? There are two cutaneous nerves. The first one is the lateral cutaneous nerve of forearm, and the second one is the medial cutaneous nerve of forearm. One more important point note here is it can be asked as an MCQ, like lateral cutaneous nerve of forearm is accompanied by cephalic vein, whereas similarly the medial cutaneous nerve of forearm is accompanied by the basilic vein. And roof, it also contains the bicipital aponeurosis. So basically there are 4 contents in the roof, 4 to 5 contents in the roof: the cephalic vein on the lateral side, basilic vein on the medial side, medial cubital vein connecting these two veins, two cutaneous nerves, that is lateral cutaneous nerve of forearm, medial cutaneous nerve of forearm, and bicipital aponeurosis. So this is the roof of cubital fossa. Now floor of cubital fossa. Floor of cubital fossa is formed by two muscles, the brachioradialis and supinator. So this is a schematic picture of the cross section of the cubital fossa. So we have skin, medial cubital vein, and we have tendon of biceps brachii. Like, see, the floor is formed by brachialis muscle. Okay, so sorry, the brachioradialis muscle, not the brachialis, brachioradialis muscle. Now, what are the contents of cubital fossa? So the contents of cubital fossa from medial to lateral are median nerve, brachial artery, tendon of biceps brachii, and radial nerve. Okay, so here we have from medial to lateral the median nerve, the brachial artery, the biceps tendon, and the radial nerve. Okay, so these are the contents of cubital fossa. And the clinical anatomy of cubital fossa. So clinical anatomy of cubital fossa is, the main is the IV injections, the intravenous injections. So for the intravenous injections, the medial cubital vein is used. So the medial cubital vein is also used for cardiac catheterizations. Okay, it is used for the IV injections and the cardiac catheterizations. As we all know, the cubital fossa is also used for the measurement of blood pressure. All, of course, we have all done in our physiology labs, right? So it is also used for blood pressure measurement. And one more important reasoning question to discuss in this cubital fossa is, why medial cubital vein is preferred for venipuncture or IV injections. So the reason is, medial cubital vein is used for IV injections, the blood sample collections, and cardiac catheterizations, because it is fixed by perforator and does not slip away during piercing. So this medial cubital vein is fixed by perforators, This is the main reason. So it does not slip when we pierce the needle. Okay, and one more important point to note here is about the basilic vein. So basilic vein is preferred for right cardiac catheterization. Why? Because of the large diameter and it is easily accessible. So these are the two reasons. Because of the large diameter and the easy access, the basilic vein is used for right cardiac catheterization. What is this cardiac catheterization? Basically, they insert a long tube which is called as catheter into the heart and check the functioning of the muscles and the valves. So this is the cardiac catheterization. So this is all about the cubital fossa. If you have any doubts, please do comment. Don't forget us to follow on Instagram and Telegram. You can directly DM us on your doubts on the Instagram, and like, share, subscribe, and do comment, guys. See you. Bye.